Welcome, Stay Spiritual team. James and Justin here, your favorite spiritual analysts on all things culturally relevant. It's been a while since we've done a music reaction, but today we are going to take a look at Ariana Grande's new single titled We Can't Be Friends.
Don't call it a comeback.
All right, so let's dive in.
Peaches?
Oh, me.
The dogger's ready for you.
Thank you.
So what was that thing at the beginning? What was that form that she was signing?
Well, it was kind of foggy around it, but what I made it was she was giving permission to have her memories wiped from what I gather there.
Yeah.
She signed to Peaches. I don't know if that's her nickname or something like that. But
Right. Well, okay. So you told me at the beginning the premise of this a little bit.
Yeah.
That it has to do with memory erasure.
I've seen the first little bit of this video.
And which is like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, that movie with Jim Carrey where he erases his memory to forget about somebody.
Yeah.
And the girl in that movie's name was Clementine.
Ah.
So Peaches, maybe it's something to do with that. Or I don't know if an Ariana Grande fan's going to be like, you idiot, that's her nickname or something. I don't know.
I didn't think you'd understand me. How could you ever even try? I don't wanna tiptoe, but I don't wanna hide. But I don't wanna feed this monstrous fire. Just wanna let this story die, and I'll be alright. We can't be friends, but I'd like to just pretend. You cling to your papers and pens. Wait until you like me again. Wait for your love, my love. I'll wait for your love. Me and my truth, we sit in silence.
Me and my truth, we sit in silence. I like the premise of the song because it's asking an important question, I think. I don't know if it's a philosophical question, but this idea, if you could take those bad memories and get rid of them, would you do it? It's
I like that thing around her eye. I like bold style choices.
Yeah.
I like that. And the guy, I feel like I recognize that guy from something, the actor. Is that the guy who played Dahmer? Is that the guy who played Jeffrey Dahmer?
I don't know.
Anyway, good question. You know, me and my truth, we sit in silence. And then the question of if you could erase your memory, would you? Is that you that's left over? Is it even you anymore? It's a different you if you don't have the memory.
Exactly. And
But I mean, it is an interesting question, right? Because although you kind of are different people throughout your life, right?
Yeah.
There's like the little you when you have no experience, and then there's the you after everything that traumatizes you and happens to you in your life. It creates kind of a new person.
Yeah.
But a lot of spirituality is about kind of getting past all your personal history and being in the present moment and relinquishing all that trauma and being grounded in the present moment, you know? And what bursts forth with no history? You know, like you choose your words based on what's happened to you. It's like, I'll never speak out about that again. Everybody laughed at me last time.
Yeah.
And so what happens if you had no personal history? Who knows the kind of crazy shenanigans you'd be up to? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might be like, you look fat in that, you know, or you're weird or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, you might, but maybe you would intuitively know that certain things were wrong to do. And maybe you'd even be a little purer and more empathetic if you didn't have all that baggage dictating what you say.
Yeah. Well, ask a good question.
Baby girl, it's just me and you. 'Cause I don't wanna argue, but I don't
That is
wanna
that guy.
bite my tongue. Yeah, I think I'd rather die. You got me misunderstood, but at least I look this good. We can't be friends, but I'd like to just pretend. You cling to your papers and pens. Wait until you like me again. Wait for your love, love. I'll wait for your love. I'll wait for your love, love. I'll wait for your love. Know that you made me. I don't like how you paid me, yet I'm still here hanging. Know what you made me. It's something like a daydream, but a few so seen in the night. Something now, it's only me, and maybe that's all I need. We can't be friends, but I'd like to just pretend. You cling to your papers and pens. Wait until you like me again. Wait for your love, love. I'll wait for your love.
I guess you can't dismiss the fact that it's a good song, although it's sad. I like the song. But just to jump off of what we were talking about, just to go a little deeper down that rabbit hole, a lot of this brings to mind the afterlife. And there's a lot of talk of heaven and hell. And a lot of people who believe in heaven, they believe that when they die, all those bad memories will be wiped away because this life is a test and it's about learning the lessons. Well, how could you learn those lessons in the afterlife if your memory was wiped? I think it's a fair question.
Well, I mean, have you ever been to the afterlife?
No.
Do you know anybody that has?
No.
Well, we kind of do. We know people that have claimed.
Well-
Check out our Peter Panagore episode. But for most of us, we don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
But what you do have is what you have here, right? And so I say maximize what you have here, like I was just thinking recently about this idea of unresolved business with people that have passed on. Imagine there was somebody that passed on and you had unresolved business with them.
Yeah.
I'm pro experimenting. I'm pro bringing them, conjuring them, and having a conversation with them if you have unresolved stuff. And so there's a lot you can do here, like this life is rich with things that you can actually experiment with here, like your own memories, right? And it's a good question. What happens if you delete some of those painful memories? It's a very spontaneous, it's like a very, what is it called? You're acting very swiftly. If this was a real thing that you could do, it's like, give it some time, even the most painful memory can sometimes change and not be so bad and be a huge lesson for you, and maybe gives you an ability to empathize with somebody that's been through something similar.
Yeah.
Imagine somebody walking around that's got deleted all their traumatic memories. It's like, you're a real asshole because you have no empathy and you've got no capacity to feel the collective sadness that's going on here. Yeah, it sucks. Nobody wants to feel it, but time heals all wounds. Sometimes things just need some time.
Yeah.
And that is that guy. That's the guy I was thinking it was. The guy who played Dahmer. He's good. I like that guy.
I'll wait for your love, love. I'll wait for your love.
All right, so there is a moral question here. If this all of a sudden was a real thing, is it wrong to do it? You know, they look pretty happy at the end. They both found themselves some new loves.
Yeah. It may not be an idea of wrong. It might just be a thing that, like, if you didn't learn the lesson from the first time that it happened to you, you may have just caused yourself to go through that thing again.
That poor new guy, that poor bastard, all the same stuff is going to happen because nobody learned anything.
Yeah. So, after, I think depending on who was watching a video like this, if you were really young and you just got out of a brutal relationship and you're all broken inside, you know, it's going to be a little bit different from you who maybe you've had a couple other relationships that didn't work out and you're married and you got kids or something, or, you know, you're feeling single and satisfied. You know, you've learned something and you're just a little bit farther down the road. So
sure, go easy on yourself. Don't watch this if you're having a hard time. Don't baste the emotional turkey with more sad feelings. But if you're in a good place, it's a nice sounding song. Yeah, right?
I agree. Guys, if you liked our reaction to this video, please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, share this with a friend, and everyone until next time, stay spiritual.